We are really getting to be some kind of normal.
People were like not thinking it's going to happen like this. Once you figure out what's going on, it's too late to leave.
They need to give more effort to promote the local scene.
It's over 1,500 miles long, cuts through 9 countries, and is the most important waterway in Eastern Europe. The Danube. Over the past 20 years, the countries along the river's path have been transformed. Political landscapes have changed beyond recognition. But while these countries are one after the other joining the European Union, most Western Europeans still find this region profoundly unfamiliar. Bratislava. This is one of Eastern Europe's success stories. Fully integrated with Western Europe, it boasts both EU and NATO membership and an economy to be reckoned with.
We are really getting to be some kind of normal Western democracy with normal like social situation and normal government.
Since the fall of the Iron Curtain, the press here has flourished, but journalists are still treated with suspicion.
Journalism as a job is not very high value in the society, unfortunately. I think it's mostly because of the communism. People are not used to hear so many bad stories, so many bad things.
One of these unpleasant stories is the price the city is having to pay for its reconstruction.
Like when I was small, it was just devastated. It was like ugly. Now it's look that you will show it to the tourist.
While the historic center is being lovingly restored, new developments along the river threaten the city's iconic skyline.
You don't see the panorama as before because you see the offices. Unfortunately, here is more really the basic capitalism of 19th century in the modern way. Like our generation can understand how people could live in communism, how you could like go to the Spartakiads and sing an international communism song, socialist. So our kids will not understand how we could destroy the city so much, I think.
Our next stop along the river is Budapest. If the conflict in Bratislava was over the changing face of the city, here the fight is for the city's soul. Budapest has long been considered one of the most liberal and open-minded of the Eastern European capitals. But in recent years, radical right and neo-Nazi groups have been clamoring for attention, and it seems they're getting it. Nowhere is this more obvious than during the Rainbow Parade, Budapest's annual Gay Pride March. For 13 years now, Budapest has been holding this march, one of the most important in Eastern Europe, and until last year, things had been peaceful.
There were organized groups, kind of neo-Nazi or nationalistic groups, but there were like everyday people, older people, younger people, who just came out to scream and to throw some eggs.
Budapest's Deák Square on the 5th of July this year. For the 13th time, hundreds of men and women have come to take part in Hungary's biggest annual Gay Pride March. But something is different this year. The marchers are surrounded by fences and police in riot gear. The mood inside the circle is tense. Last year, the parade was attacked. Groups of protesters had thrown eggs, rocks, and petrol bombs. Individual marchers were beaten and badly injured. Half an hour later than originally planned, the parade finally gets underway. Only a few hundred yards on, the first group of protesters line the fence. The defiant mood of the marchers slowly turns to unease and then fear as rotten eggs, tomatoes, and firecrackers rain down on them. The situation seems unreal. Again and again, the parade stops as police cars race past. Right-wing protesters and ordinary citizens mix on the outside of the fence, hurling abuse at the marchers. The police are everywhere. Again and again, small groups race forward to stop protesters from breaching the protective fence. Only half an hour before the parade was set to begin, police had searched an unoccupied flat along the planned route of the march. They arrested a group of men and seized petrol bombs and bottles filled with acid. Gay rights issues have become increasingly prominent in Hungarian society, but at the same time there's been a backlash from right-wing and conservative forces.
We can say that it's a sign of our strength that we have to face these reactions.
The outcome of this struggle for the city's soul hangs on the political will of the Hungarian government. The country is at a crossroads. The far right has begun exploiting the issue of sexual identity, and going by these pictures, they've struck a nerve. On the other hand, the government seems committed to keeping the radical right at bay. The massive police presence is a testimony to just how seriously the threat is being taken. Either way, it seems Budapest is in for the long haul.